Welcome to the race by race preview for Sha Tin on Tuesday, National Cup Day. Paul Lally is here. National Day Cup it is, and the feature race is later in the program. Class 5 over the 1400 gets us underway, and we've got Link with the tongue tie going back on. Noble win first starter for David Eustace is minus the earplugs. The Khan has the hood off. Always Awesome has a visor on. Then we go down to Medical Lead. He's up to start 3 for the season already, Paul, as we check out the Class 5 speed map.
Yeah, so we can see here with this particular race that Tin One Glory's got plenty of pace. He should be able to go forward. Fireball used to lead and he did go forward in a recent trial. He won't be too far away. Joyful Life likes this grade. Aromatica. Red Maverick will be slightly closer. Now he's drawn a bit better. Youth Power's got no early speed, and I think Noble Win will have to go back from his draw of barrier 8.
Our first replay features the Khan. He runs a 5th in this race. Tune One Glory leads up and fades. The Khan is now up to start number 11. Does he figure in your calculations?
He does. I'm going to put him in on a minor line. Look, I think he's had his chance, this horse, to be fair, to win. He's been beaten favourite as well in the past. He's been a little bit costly, but there is definitely ability there, and he runs on strongly with a season under his belt now, and he's already had this run. He should come on for it. So, look, I didn't want to completely leave him out. He definitely goes in.
That flying combination too of Hugh Bowman and Casper Founds with the Khan. Our next replay features Aromatica running 2nd, Tune One Glory 3rd and Medic Elite 4th. What of this trio? I
like Aromatica. Since he's been down on this grade, he's gone well. He's a 12-start maiden, but his last 2 starts in particular have been pretty good here in Class 5. His last 3, to be fair. He's consistent, he's drawn nicely, he's got Zach Purton aboard. So I think he'll definitely get his opportunity, and you can see him finishing off this race really nicely. So to me, he looks like a winner waiting to happen. So I do like him in this contest, Aromatica.
Just the one trial for him, and placings at his last 3 starts. And Zach and Chris So have started off the season with a good combined record. Joyful Life, he has been costly, Paul. 11 starts, couple of seconds. They've been at his last 2 outings. Just can't quite get that win on the board just yet.
Yeah, and those 2 seconds have culminated him dropping into Class 5. One's been here at Sha Tin, the other was this one here at Happy Valley this last start. Viva Largest went to the front and no one could catch him on this night. He's drawn nicely in barrier 2. He's going to get a perfect run. So, look, he'll get his opportunity once again. I've got one to beat him, but he'll go in.
So he's in for yet another second.
Yeah, I've got him in for a placing there. Go with Aromatica to beat him, though. So Aromatica on top to beat Joyful Life at the Khan. And the one I'm going to put in at a price, I think will be a price, is the downgraded Link. Hasn't done too much to date, but I really liked his trial coming to this, so I wanted to include him. 4-2-5-1.
And that trial up at Chungfa where he made steady ground from the back, Link behind Windspeed. And race number 2 is a Class 5 over the distance of 1,200 metres. And we've got Chili Baba with the tongue tie going on. Same to you. Last start winner carries an extra of £4. Many Thanks Forever has the blinkers off. Rattan World has run 4th in his 2 trials. Ho Ho Stars run 2nd at his last 2 outings. And down the bottom, More Rice. He's run 2nd in a trial behind Roaring BB. It wasn't too bad of a trial, but he hasn't produced much on race day yet, Paul.
Beat Hollow likes to lead. He likes to go forward, this horse, so he's got plenty of pace here, fresh up. Commanding Missile goes forward. The good deal's drawn an inside draw. He should be able to be nice and handy. The last start winner, Same to You. More Rice is normally quite forward in his races. Super Elite, he might just have to work a little bit from barrier 10. And Ho Ho Star, who was costly at his last start, has got barrier 11. He might have to go all the way back.
Second race of the season saw these horses run 1, 2 and 3. Same to You first. Ho Ho Star runs on for 2nd. Super Elite 3rd, and just for a bit of extra good measure, The Good Deal has run 4th. Can these 4 figure in the numbers again?
Yeah, I thought Same to You. He's definitely got an opportunity once again. It was a nice win from him. After this race, Ho Ho Star went out odds on. You can see him once he got on the clear. He finished off well. But he was well beaten, so not really sure what to make of him. I'm going to put him in just on a minor line, Ho Ho Star. But I think one of the main chances is definitely Same to You, and you can see him winning really nicely.
Brenton Abdallah and Mark Newnham combined with him. On to Chili Baba now. He raced over all sorts of distances last season. He's had a trial. He runs 4th in this. Where's he at?
I'm gonna go with him. I'll tell you why. His best run was his debut run, and that was over at straight 1,000. He did win off a 52 rating. The tongue tie going on, interesting gear change for him. Drawn nicely, barrier number 3, and only having a second start in Class 5. And I thought the trial was quite good. So you got to take him a bit on trust because he's only won that one. But look, I think he could possibly win this race.
There's a solid case for Chili Baba. Now, Rattan World runs 4th, Commanding Missile. He's had 2 trials in a short space of time. Rattan World quite often on the back foot at the start, but generally runs on well in this grade. Yeah,
that's just the key for him with it. I mean, some of his better runs have been over slightly longer as well, although he has won over the 1,200 in the past, Rattan World. The other horse did finish off nicely there, that Commanding Missile. Just drawn 8, he just might have to work a little bit, but he should get himself into a prominent position.
And as the replays for race number 2, you're going a little bit of Chili.
Yep. We're going to go with Chili Baba. He's on top there to see if he can have a second win here in Hong Kong. Same to you, the last start winner. Super Elite, I'm going to put in. He's just drawn a little bit wide, so you might have to work to get across. And Ho Ho Star on a minor line. 2-3-1-8.
Paul with the win for Andrea Atzani and Ricky Yu in the second at Sha Tin Tuesday. Several first starters hit the track in race number 3. 3 of them in actual fact. One at the top is not a first starter, Earnest Feeling. New Future Folks was very good on debut. The first starters 4 and 5. Sunny Darling has the blinkers going on. We've got Triumphant Warrior. Recent racing has all been on the all-weather. Gluck Racer has run home for 5th, and he does like to race first up. Sunny Darling off a good speed here, Paul. Yeah, he's got the 10-pound claim, so I think he's just going to go straight to the front. Circus Real's been going forward in his trials. And Shine, another first starter, has been going forward. Great Spirit ran better at his last start. Triumphant Warrior, less is more. Back to Gluck Racer. And New Future Folks only had the one start, but ran really well on this debut. He did indeed, and Nick spoke to his jockey earlier today, Ben Thompson.
Ben, New Future Folks, a little bit of a mouthful, but he's only had the one run. It was a really good run, wasn't it, on debut, and this will be his first go for the new season.
Yeah, Will Nick, he was brilliant on debut. Fantastic run from the tail of the field to just miss behind Super Bonus, who had put 2 wins together. So he's a really exciting 4-year-old. Looking forward to being back on him to resume.
When he did debut, I mean, he went around at massive odds. I mean, I don't want to say he was perhaps insulted by his price, but it might look that way post-event. I mean, he showed a great attitude, didn't he? Just in the manner in which he sort of ran home for you.
Yeah, and he's been the same in his track work and trials leading up to that first start. So myself, Michael Chang and Mr. So, amongst the team, we're all looking forward to seeing what he could do at his first start. And this way it comes as no surprise. We're hopeful that he'd run like that, or in a perfect world would go one better. But he's shown good promise at home, and hopefully it's a really prosperous season for all involved.
You mentioned obviously, prior to that debut, I mean, he had trialled quite well, hadn't he?
He had, and even he sort of backed it up with a nice trial down the straight this season, leading into tomorrow's run. So, as I said, he's a nice horse. A better barrier would have been perfect, barrier 10. They obviously wouldn't swap him for anything in the field. In respect to all the other, obviously, and still with respect to the opposition, but he's really nice.
And just on trials, when you mentioned that recent trial, I mean, not that we can read a great deal into trials in some respects, but I mean, he made him a Group 1 winner in Invincible Sage, actually, to maybe pull out a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, like that. Put it this way, like obviously Invincible Sage has the score on the board and wasn't knocked around by any stretch, but our bloke, he jumped really good and done everything that Michael Chang and myself could have hoped for. So, looking forward to him Tuesday, and hopefully he lives up to our opinion of him.
And that is Ben Thompson talking New Future Folks. Less is more is our first replay, Paul. His last 2 starts have been over 1,000 metres. He goes back to 1,200. It's a distance he has placed over. Does he figure in your calculations?
Yeah, he comes in. I think he's got a chance. He was momentarily held up in the straight as well, and then he managed to get out here at Happy Valley. I don't know if he's totally suited. He looked a little bit unbalanced down the straight there. So back to 1,200 metres at Sha Tin from a nice draw, barrier number 5. I'll give him his opportunity. So, he goes in on a minor line.
He is going in. Gluck Racer off to the trials now. He his last turning for home. Leslie on his outsides runs second on the weekend, and he does come into this race fresh.
Yeah, he does go well fresh, does Luck Racer. Wasn't a bad trial from him as well. He's drawn 9, so probably have to go back from that draw. Cody Moe's got this horse now, and look, he didn't go in, but he was on the cusp. He wasn't pushed out at all in this trial, was he?
He wasn't on the outside there. Rattan World runs in an earlier race just in front of him in the red, white and black colours too. New Future, folks, get the job done?
I think he can. Look, he'll need a little bit of luck because he's drawn wide, but it was a really good debut run where he came off a slow pace. I'm going to put Sonny Darling in with that £10 claim because he's going to be right on the front there. Did win a trial before his debut run and blinkers on for the first time, so I think he's just going to go straight to the front. Sonny Darling, then less is more. And Great Spirit was a better run from him last time, and he's drawn nicely in barrier 2. 2, 6, 7, 8.
That's the preview for race number 3. It is the first leg of the early treble on Tuesday afternoon. And race number 4, possibly one of the shortest priced favourites of the day, will line up here over the 1200 for the Class 4's top scorer. He's had 2 starts, first up for a couple of placings. Geneva is that horse. He's been a beaten favourite in all 5 outings. Judy's Great gets Zach Purton back on. Cheerful World having his second start. Good Prospect has the hood going on, and down the bottom Patch of Time has won a trial. He led all of the way. Was pushed out to hang on and win that ball.
Yeah, so he might be a little bit closer, but look, Happy Park led on his only run here in Hong Kong on debut, and it sat handy in a recent trial. Cheerful World is coming up from 1,000 to 1,200. Top scorer is another one who likes to lead. He won't be far away. Circuit Victory. Geneva, if it's drawn wide, he might have to go all the way towards the back.
Geneva. He has been a little costly for wind punters. He comes here pretty well rated once again, does have a wide draw, and Harold Wynn, who beats him home, of course, has come out and won at the weekend. Yeah,
so the form looks quite good here. He's been favourite in every single start he's had. He's drawn barrier 10, so again, you wouldn't want to take a short price about him, but he will come up quite short, I think, because he has been consistent. And as you say, Harold Wynn did come out and win on the weekend. So, and Super Fortune ran really well, actually. So, look, it looks like quite a good form race he's come out of.
And there's a good push for Geneva. Next up, we go back to last season for a replay of Silver Destiny, who ends up running third here. This was over the 1,200 metres, and the race won by Super Bonus. Angus Chung takes a small claim.
Yeah, look, I thought it was a good run, and I always struggle with this horse because you think Silver Destiny is going to be a grey, but he's not. You can see him getting out into the clear there and finishing off really nicely. So a good run from him. I'm going to include him. I think there's definitely some ability there with this horse, and with the season break, hopefully it's done him well, and we can see him in the winner's circle shortly.
That's Jolly Companion down on the inside, who won, of course, impressively on the all-weather on the weekend also. Off to Chung Fa now, top scorer. Bit like Geneva, been very consistent, just can't quite get that first win on the board.
Yeah, he was basically, he's been favourite at his last 5 starts. He's had 4 seconds, a second and a couple. He was pulled up at his last start, the back end of last season. The horse looks like he's going nicely enough in this trial. I mean, John Sizer's horses sort of have needed a run leading in at this early stage of the season, so I'm not sure exactly where he's at, but I'm just going to watch him in this with the top weight.
So no top scorer for Paul. Trial former and Happy Park, though. Is he going to make his way into your selections? He's had 2 trials. This is the second of them.
Yes, he looks quite fit coming into this race, and he's a horse who only had the 1 start, and he sort of led and just got swamped late. Wasn't too far from the winner on debut. It was quite a good run. I like the way he sort of accelerated in this particular trial as well. New Power went out favourite when on the inside there. They beat him in the trial. He was pushed out a little bit, but he responded well down the straight. So looking for something at a bit of a price with Geneva coming up quite short. So, I'll go with him as the each-way play.
There you go. Happy Park for Paul, who's in second, third and fourth.
Well, Geneva's the obvious one, isn't he? And he comes out of that strong form race. So he goes in there for second, Silver Destiny. And Patch of Time, the recent trial winner, 7, 2, 10, 11.
That is race number 4. It's the first leg of a huge triple trio on Tuesday afternoon also. And race number 5 now. Here is the field for this. It's a Class 4 and it's over the 1400 metres. Gormo Chun's on the class drop, as is I Am the Boss. All Riches, he's a 3-time winner course and distance. Yuan Long Elite's won second up in the past. Sixth Generation, Sha Tin's victory was 1400 metres. Jumbo Fortune now with David Eustace. Pacifiers with Cows and the cross nose band off. Tongue tie goes on him. And the bottom one, View of the World, who's trialled it well, Paul, is also wearing a tongue tie.
Yeah, All Riches leads. He likes to lead. Amazing Duck likes to lead. He likes to go forward. Yulong Elite can sit just in behind them. Enjoy Golf won't be too far away. Majestic Speed. Team Happy was wide when he won last time. He might be wide again from his draw. View of the World will just be looking for a little bit of cover from a wide draw, but trialled really well recently. I'm the Boss goes back.
Team Happy, somebody saw it coming because he was well supported in the market and was green lamped and had to do it the hard way and manages to get this first win on the board. Can he figure twice in a row? And he's being lurked in behind on the home turn by Enjoy Golf.
Yeah, I actually prefer Enjoy Golf in this race than him, Team Happy. He's got to draw 13. He's drawn 13s. He's going to have to do it again. And it was a hard run from him as well. I think Enjoy Golf will come on from this run, and Enjoy Golf's drawn 3 compared to the 13. So I think Enjoy Golf can turn the tables on this horse with the run under his belt. And look, it was a strong enough win, but it's just how much has it been taken out of him?
Switch of barriers, switch of result for Enjoy Golf for Paul in race number 5. Here is All Riches. Rinse and repeat with him. He only knows one thing, that is to go forward. Majestic Speed has been better, but still needs to improve a bit more, doesn't he?
Yeah, I haven't got him in, but I have got All Riches in because you know what you're going to get. He does exactly what it says on the tin. It's straight to the front and try and keep going. He normally finds 1 or 2 that can sort of run him down. All Riches, and saying that he did win 3 starts ago, so you know he has got those wins under his belt. He's won 3 from his 24, and he was still in front there with about 100 to go, and was just swamped a little bit late there with these 2 horses. So look, yeah, he's definitely going in.
Mastermind and First Love of the 2, grabbing him late and both look quite smart. Here is this trial you mentioned during the speed map, View of the World. He had a 1-1 set at Happy Valley, and when asked to go, he seems to cruise into the trial very comfortably.
Yeah, interesting that Zach Purdon's aboard, Dennis Yep trained horse. He's had the 2 starts and sort of finished towards the back. He's drawn 11 in all three barriers that he's got, so he'll be happy to see the back of 11 as a barrier draw. But look, he won effortlessly, didn't he? Going to include him on a minor line. The draw is a little bit sticky, but he looks like he might have improved in the off-season.
Minor line for him. And who's on top?
Going to go with Enjoy Golf to turn it around on Team Happy there. So he's on top. Yuan Long Elite should get a lovely run just in behind. All Riches from the front, and View of the World we just spoke about. 1, 5, 4 and 13.
And that is the preview for race number 5. It is the first leg of Tuesday's 6 Up. The distance race on Tuesday is race number 6. It's over the 1800 metres. Sharp and Bright resumes. He's won 2 from his last 4. Perfect Pairing has a better draw. Mr. Dapper, his last couple of races have been over shorter trips. Affordable Blinkers off, cheek pieces go back on him. Jubilation has had 2 trials to prepare. Special Hedge, he was run down by Family Jewel last time, steps up in distance, and the Azure. He's been back to the trials ahead of his race day resumption in the 6th pool.
Soaring Bronco steps up and trip for the first time up to this 1800 metres. I think he can go forward and lead. Storm Winner has already had a run where he's been on the pace. Special Hedge won't be too far away. He likes to go forward. He's actually an alternative leader because he can lead. Midori Burley will need some luck from his wide draw, Mr. Dapper. But it's probably the kindest start in Hong Kong as the 1800 metres at Sha Tin, because you got the whole length of the back straight, basically 1,000 metres before the first bend.
You do indeed. So we'll see if any of these on the previous runs down the back straight at Sha Tin and around the bend. This one was 200 metres shorter over the 1600 metres. Midori Burley, Soaring Bronco, Mr. Dapper. Special Hedge ran into the race at the top of the straight, but then Family Jewel on the backup was able to run him on down.
Yeah, he was. So look, Special Hedge and also Soaring Bronco is going to go in for me as well. Look, I think up and trip Soaring Bronco might actually try and dictate and set up a sort of a good to slowish type pace there with him. As you can see, Special Hedge, he did finish off nicely as well. And the horse that won, Family Jewel, was a well-rated horse that is lightly raced as well. But the other two I thought ran really well. Mr. Dapper wasn't too far away either.
That is a pretty strong form race leading into this one by the sounds of it from Paul. We'll find out who makes the top 4 in just a moment. Affordable disappointing. Storm Winner's getting better, and Happy Hero, would you prefer him in Class 5 at the Valley?
Yep, I would. So those two don't go in, but Storm Winner definitely goes in. He's been really consistent. This horse, he's only had the 6 starts. And he's coming back to the 1800 metres at Sha Tin, where he was beaten by Volcanic Spark, who ran really well the other day when he was really well back. So, look, he was still in front here, and he was just, well, he wasn't in front, but he was just beaten late by those two on his inside. So I think he's a definite chance.
Stablemate of Family Jewel is Storm Winner. Here is Sharp and Bright, Intrepid Winner and Super Hong Kong Racing back on the 5th of June. Over 2,200 metres at Happy Valley. What about this reform race?
No, well, I don't like it for this 1,800 metre race, but look, these 3 horses, I think this might be a stepping stone for another 2,200 metres at Happy Valley, because that's where these 3 horses all perform really well. And Sharp and Bright did find some good sort of speed towards, well, good wins towards the back end of last season, but they were over the longer trips.
We'll wait for them to get back to the Valley. Who are we not waiting for?
Going to go with Storm Winner with that run under his belt. I think he can win the 7 to beat Soaring Bronco up in trip. One we haven't talked about is the Jure, and he's way up in trip as well. And he looked good running on in his races over a lot shorter last time. So I want to take a chance with him, and then Special Hedge. 7, 10, 13, 11.
The firm of Vincent Ho, Casper Founds for Paul to take race number 6. Bit of Tuesday afternoon group racing with race number 7 being the running of the National Day Cup, and it's over 1,000 metres. Invincible Sage top weight. Stoltz won this race last year. WizKid has trialled poorly. We've seen him do that in the past and come out and run well. Nervous Witness has the cheek pieces off. Magic Control makes his way into group company, as does Baby Crystal for the first time. The pace here, Paul, where does it come from?
Comes from Nervous Witness. These are real speedy horses, these ones. But Nervous Witness is the fastest of the fast out of the gates. WizKid's really quick out as well, so he won't be too far away. Magic Control led all the way down the straight 1,000. Stoltz is very speedy. Majestic Knight, a little bit, and Call Me Glorious lead over 1,200, so I'm a little bit worried about them over 1,000. Invincible Sage will get back. And Beauty Waves has been racing a lot better since he's been getting back.
And here is the rider of Beauty Waves, Alexi Bedell-Whitnick.
Alexi, the feature race on National Day, of course, is the National Day Cup. You're riding Beauty Waves. You must have been very pleased with his run on seasonal return behind what could be a very good horse.
Yeah, absolutely. He showed that the horse was in good form. He seemed pretty fit to me, and yeah, I'm hoping he can improve a little bit, but that was a good enough effort. And he's a quality horse, so he should run well.
That was 1,200, of course. He's back to 1,000. You mentioned the sort of the fitness. He has had a trial since, a really good trial for you as well.
Yeah, you know, this horse seemed pretty easy. He's improved. He's got a great deal of speed, like being comfortable. Happy Valley 1,000 meters. He's obviously a speed horse, and so let's see how he's going to respond on that race. But he's carrying no weight, so I'm hoping things can be all right.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, quite a lot of them actually down on low weights. You mentioned obviously 1,000 metres, Happy Valley. He's performed really well. He hasn't had too much exposure down the straight at Sha Tin, but you think he'll be comfortable enough with that straight track?
I hope so. I think he's pretty easy. I can't see any reason why he shouldn't be all right. There's plenty of speed in the race. I think it's an open race with the lightweight of other horses, and yeah, seems to be very competitive.
You mentioned that speed, Alexi. I mean, that's clearly perhaps something that's going to help this horse no end, because he should get a really nice toe into the race, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Yeah, as I said, the speed in the race should help me to find the right spot, and hopefully we hit the line strong enough.
That's Alexi talking about Beauty Waves. Paul, we can move on and talk about him now here also, because he wins this race over 1,200 metres. Call Me Glorious, obviously a well above average horse. How do you see him coping with 1,000 though?
That's the big unknown, and he's up against some seasoned 1,000 metre specialists. So I'm going to leave him out, Call Me Glorious. Look, I prefer him over the 1200. We'll see what he can do here. I'm going to include Beauty Waves though, because at least he's won over 1,000 metres at Happy Valley a couple of times. Only had one go down the straight 1,000. That was earlier in his career. He's with a new stable now, and the horse is just really improving. And it's hard to see Call Me Glorious overturn the form on that at level weights.
It sure is. So that's that pair. If you look at in this replay with Nervous Witness, Whiz Kid, Beauty Waves again, and Majestic Night and Baby Crystal. This race was over at Happy Valley, and would you prefer them? We've not mentioned Beauty Waves, but a few of the others over at the Valley. Yeah,
well, Majestic Night, he did get this win over 1,000 metres, got that perfect run behind. Look, Nervous Witness is more than capable down the straight 1,000. That's his go. He's just got to try and hang on. But look, I looked at WizKid, but I just didn't like his trial in the end. But I've left him out again on a bad trial in the past, and he's come out and raced really well. So he's just got that little bit of unknown quality about him.
He does. It was an awful trial at Chongfa, but as you said, we've seen it from him before. Invincible Sage, we've seen him winning Group 1 races last season. He will have to give quite a lot of weight away to some quite good, potential sprinters.
Yeah, no, he's the class horse, and as such he has to carry 135. So the conditions of the race don't suit him at all. I mean, his grand final is going to come up in December. He's going to try and go for the international race. I've got him in on a minor loan because I still expect him to race well just with that class, but I just think the conditions of the race suit other horses in this one.
3-time winner over 1,000 metres, 135 on his back. Beauty Waves carrying just 115, so 20 pounds difference between the top one and a few down the bottom. And because of that big weight difference, Paul, he's been bumped down a little bit.
Yeah, he has. It's just that the conditions of the race don't really suit this horse, Invincible Sage. But the other one we're going to have a look at is Magic Control now, isn't it?
It is indeed, who was a very good winning last start. This is over 1,000, 55.74 is his time. The unknown with him is group racing. He's only had the 2 starts here in Hong Kong, 1,000 at the Valley, 1,000 in Class 3 at Sha Tin.
Yeah, so look, that's the big query for him, and he's obviously hit this line really strongly. He ran a pretty quick time, but he's up against the big boys now. So you wouldn't want to take too much of a short price about him with that win under a belt, and he's fresh in punters' mind. I'm including him, but not in the win line.
Grabbing the surfboard?
I am. Beauty Waves for me. I'm going to go with this horse with just that match fitness under his belt. Stoltz, now he won this race last year, and he's had 3 goes down the straight for 2 wins and a placing. Magic Control goes in there for 3rd, and Invincible Sage. 6, 2, 8 and 1.
Alexi and Pierre for Paul to team up and win the Group 3, race number 7. This is a good race. Race number 8, there'll be some winners come out of this. Co-partner Prance has had one run back from a spell after stringing 6 in a row together last season. Patch of Theta returns too. He's coming up in grade and has had 1 trial. Dancing Code has the blinkers off. Sunlight Power, very impressive win last time. And Superb Boy Paul down the bottom with 120 pounds on his back and is a 2-time course and distance winner.
John Big Banner led all the way when he won Fresh Up last season over the 1,400 metres. He's likely to go to the front. Co-partner Prance, look, he's drawn 1, but he just might get stuck in behind a couple of these leaders. Superb Boy goes forward, Keithy goes forward, Outgate can go forward as well. Patch of Theta, Sunlight Power, Dancing Code, Helene Feeling don't. They'll go back.
Here is a Sunlight Power winning well last time, but as we saw in your speed map with his draw this week being barrier number 2, he's buried away down on the rail as opposed to getting wide and running on like he's been tending to do.
Yeah, look, he's running so much better than he was last season in the respect that he's not so green. He used to run in quite significantly in some of his races last season. You can see he's a lot straighter in this particular contest, although in saying that, he did run in a little bit there. But look, he won with plenty in hand. He's definitely a progressive horse, and the penny sort of dropped for him, so he is winning these races really nicely.
He's going places in a hurry. Is a Sunlight Power. What about Patch of Theta? Been absolutely nothing wrong with what he has done. Francis Lloyd Vincent Ho combined. He hasn't raced since what was the last race of last season.
He's put on a little bit of weight, 11 pounds there, so maybe not totally screwed down, but barrier number 4 was placed Fresh Up last season as well. Again, a very progressive horse, 10 starts for 4 wins is his record. So, look, he's definitely going to go in. He's going nicely in that Horse Prestige, always in those yellow and green colours, did win at the back end of the weekend. So a strong win from him.
It was indeed, and he has placed first up from just one go, a patch of Theta. Superb Boy, he runs second here, and Keefe ends up fourth. Keefe promised to deliver, Paul Lally, in his career, and then he had that flash in the pan last time in, but he's almost impossible to catch, so we'll leave him out and talk about Superb Boy.
Yeah, look, Superb Boy, look, he just cruised up on the outside here, and he looked the winner with about 100 to go, was run down late by Chu Chao Spirit. Still a nice enough run from him. These two were quite clear, as does come in with a light weight. So there's a few positives for Superb Boy. He goes in the numbers for me.
Chu Chao Spirit has really found some form in Hong Kong of late, and that's him in the green colours winning that race. Speaking of finding form, co-partner Prance did an amazing job to win all of those races in a row. He's a first up third behind Harmony and Blessed. It was a strong field that day. It's a strong field again here, and he will have to carry big weight.
Yeah, exactly. So, look, he was sort of tucked away on the inside there. I don't know if he really liked it. Once sort of Harmony and Blessed went and he got into clear air, he sort of found another sort of bit of second wind as such and finished off quite nicely. So it's just a matter of what sort of run he's going to get. I know drawing one looks ideal, but I just don't know this horse. I just wonder if he's better sort of out in the middle of the track. But it's still a really good run from him, so I wanted to include him.
He turned on and off like a light switch in that replay, didn't he?
He did, yeah,
Forward
definitely.
forward and back. Dancing Code. He's a horse with potential too. This is his most recent trial. He's had a couple of them. And Keith Young and Casper Founds combine.
Yeah, he's had plenty of work. He's dropped quite a bit in weight, this horse. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Well, Jenny will be able to tell us there with this one. The trial was nice enough. He was sort of flick of the whip there and sort of picked up straight away. So nice enough trial. He was on the cusp for me, but look, I'm just going to happy to watch him going into this race.
That is a Dancing Code. So it's a watch on him, watch on Superb Boy. Sunlight Power versus Patchatheta, great clash.
Yeah, and that's how I see it, Quinella-wise. I think Sunlight Power, just with that run under his belt, he's got that fitness edge over sort of Patchatheta with that 11 pounds, and then Superb Boy and co-partner Prance. 8 to beat 5, 8-5-9-1.
And that is race number 8. It is the first leg of the late treble. Second last is a Class 3 over the 1,200 metres, and we've got Hasten Delight at the top of the book. He has won course and distance before and resumed over the 1,000 metres. 80 Light Years is first up. Goldo Angel up to start number 3 for the season. Gloria Elite, very, very promising horse, as is the one below him, Packing Power, who's unbeaten in 2. Harmony Fire, Shadow Roll Off, cheek pieces go back on him. My Wish bolted up last time in Class 4, comes up in grade, and Moto Man hasn't done too much on race day, but he did win a trial by 5 lengths over Geneva prior to this race in the last of the 3 trials that he has had. Gloria Elite leads, Paul.
Yeah, plenty of speed in this one. Harmony Fire, that's the query because he's coming to Sha Tin. He races mostly at Happy Valley. My Wish led all the way last time, but Gloria Elite has shown really good pace in his races. Motor Man's got the 10-pound claim, so another one that could try and go forward, depending on what Brittany Wan wants to do there. Gracious Express. Look, Packing Power has drawn 10, but with all the pace in the race, he'll be hoping a gap opens up and he can slot in, which could happen.
We'll go from wide to the front end of that speed map, and Nick's going to have a chat with the rider of Gloria Elite, Derek Long.
Derek Long, a big meeting coming up, National Day, of course, some really strong racing. I thought race 9 was a very decent contest. You're going to ride Gloria Elite. Talk me through his return run this season, because it was a really good effort.
Yes, well, first up, he went very good. You know, he just got beat by the horse that dropped the class. And, you know, we said before the race he only 70-80% fit. So should be getting better after the last one.
Yeah, interesting you say that, of course, because it did look like a run where he could build on it for sure. Just as him as a horse, Derek, I mean, he clearly is quite progressive, isn't he? I mean, a couple of those wins the end of last season, they were very impressive.
Yes, well, he's very strong, powerful horse. He's very tough, and he just keep going.
What have the reports been since that run? I mean, I presume he would have stripped fitter, as Jimmy's had a winner recently as well. So are the team happy with him?
Yes, well, the trainer and the team is happy with the horse in the morning, and everything is go well at the moment. And tomorrow is strong field, but I'm sure he still won a good race.
Derek, I'm not sure if you've sort of come to a plan just yet, but just looking at it, there's a lot of pace in the race. I mean, is your horse the adaptable type where he might just be able to take back out of a speed battle, or is leading his main sort of trait, if you will?
Well, he's so much early speed. So if he show his early speed like last couple of times, why we don't go forward again? Yeah.
He's just a really nice ride to have, isn't he? Really, and very progressive. These are the types of horses you want to get on, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, if he's a nice horse. If so much early speed, just keep going forward. If no, he don't mind to sit second or third, still in handy position.
Derek Long on Glory Elite. Paul Lally now on the replay of Stellar Express running second and Hasten Delight fifth. This replay, Paul, was, as you can see, the horses on the outside rail. So it was 1,000 metres. They both go to the 1,200, and we will get a guide on this race because Magic Control's in front.
He is. Look, I don't mind Stellar Express in this race. He's been consistent without winning this horse. He's had 8 starts, been placed in just about all of them. And from barrier number 6, I think he's going to get his opportunity. So it was a good run from him, running in there for second, but he goes in on a minor line. The other one I'd just like to watch going around there.
That was Hasten Delight. Packing Power, Paul. He's been very, very good across at Happy Valley. He'll have to switch now to the bigger circuit at Sha Tin. Obviously, a lot of potential, but coming to Sha Tin for the first time.
Yeah, he was at 1.3 when he won this race. He's had 2 starts, 2 wins. There's obviously plenty of ability there. The query is Sha Tin, as you say. There's no reason why he can't handle it, but you don't want to take a short price about these horses, and he is going to be a short price going into it with Zach aboard from barrier 10 as well. So I'm going to include him because he's obviously very talented, but again, I wouldn't want to take a short price.
Sounds like he's going in on a minor line. My Wish was very good last time. This is much harder again because he comes up in grade, but can only do what he did here. And Super Legend, who runs 4th in this race, we're just coming to the outside now. He was 4th when we picked up the replay. He's won since.
Yeah, he won on the weekend. Look, they went really slow in this race and they sprinted off the front. There's no way, it's going to be a different type of race, this one, because there's so much pace in the race. Visually, it was really, really impressive, but the time wasn't there, if that makes sense. So that just worries me a little bit about him. So I'd like to see him do it again.
All right, so that word of caution with the times re My Wish. What have you made up the top 4?
Going to go with Glory Elite. We heard from Derek there. I think he can get to the front, or if not, sit outside the leader, and he's had that run under his belt. Gracious Express, now he comes in fresh. Did trial nicely enough up at Chung Fao in a nice quiet trial. Stelling Express and Packing Power. Good race this one, race night. 6-4-5-7.
It is, and Paul is with Derek Long and Jimmy Ting on Glory Elite. And the last on Tuesday, field lineup is as follows. It is a 1,400 metre Class 3. Top Gun is resuming. Find My Love is now with Douglas White. Never Too Soon resume with a 7th at Happy Valley. Jolly Ruler's had a trial. He ran second behind California Totality in that. The Air has blinkers going on. The Way We Win's a newcomer, was formerly known as Drumbeat, when trained by Tony Pike in New Zealand. And Unpresuming Pacifiers with Cows abandoned because he comes back to the turf, so the blinkers and the tongue tie are on him.
Ariel likes to lead. It's just whether he can get across from that wide draw, but he has got really good gate speed. If he can't, then Beauty Glory is the alternative leader. Unpresuming, another one that can go forward. Lopan Spirit has drawn wide. He'll just need some luck to get across from his wide draw. Top Gun, when he won, he actually led all the way, so he's another alternative leader. Fun Together is another one that likes to be quite handy, and the rest get back.
Including the very in form when we last saw him winning gold. Nick had a bit of a chat to his jockey, Keegan DeMello.
Keegan, National Day race meeting coming up on Tuesday. Race 10, you're riding Winning Gold. This is a horse that's made giant strides.
Yeah, look, he always had room for improvement. His first couple of runs, he used to play up in the gates quite badly, and then he finally drew a gate and he won accordingly, and his confidence grew after that, and he backed it up with another good win.
He's had a couple of trials. Chris So clearly leaving nothing to chance. Have you been impressed with his trials performances?
Yeah, look, his first trial was okay, and then he progressed very nicely into his second trial, and he's come on after that again. So look, we just hope that he's good enough in Class 3, which I do think he is. It was always hard for a young horse, 3-year-old, to win with top weight in Class 4, so there's a lot of room for improvement.
He's had a decent break, and I guess, when you factor in that you say, he was just a 3-year-old, now turning 4, etc., I guess that's probably going to do him the world of good, one would hope.
Yeah, look, physically he has improved a hell of a lot. Mentally he's still not there yet, but you can see physically he's there.
He's got that turn of foot, hasn't he, Keegan? I mean, I went back and watched his last win. When you switched him out, I mean, he accelerates quickly, doesn't he, this guy?
Yeah, look, he does, surprisingly so, because he's not a very big horse, and yeah, look, he's very light on his feet, and obviously from draw 11 he's going to have to go back, and he's going to have to show that turn of foot again. And look, I really hope he's improved, and he can make the step up in class, which I think he can, and you'll see a good version of him.
Just finally, I mean, obviously a lot of people will sort of, reel over getting gate 11, but is that perhaps not the worst place for a horse like him?
Yeah, for him, I think it's ideal. He's not going to get boxed in, and he's going to get a nice run on the outside, hopefully. And look, it's going to be tough, but he's going to have to make up the length and show he's good enough.
On from Keegan now to 3 replays, Paul, and we start with a bit of a blanket go last time at Sha Tin. Beauty Glory leads and fades, Low Pan Spirit, Fun Together wider. The air runs on to 7th. Mighty Steed, who's about second last turning for home here, and there's been a few horses come out of this race that's raced well on the weekend.
Yeah, Fortunate Son and Super Love Dragon both raced well. Look, I thought it was a really good run from Mighty Steed. He sort of managed to get through and finish off really nicely. Low Pan Spirit might just find it a little bit tough from his wide draw. The air's been a little bit disappointing, but he did run out of room slightly here towards the end of the race as well. So, look, I'll put him in on the minor line, but you'll get a good lead up with that with Sunlight Power running earlier on.
You most certainly will. Now, Roman Crown hasn't done a whole lot on race day, but his trials have looked very sharp. He's had 3 of them. This is the last one where he beat Packing Hermot, who we know has plenty of ability, both of them under good holds.
Yeah, so this all-weather trial, I just wonder if they'll try him on the all-weather as well. He, as you say, hasn't done too much on race day, but he could be one of these horses that's improved in the off-season, an Irish bred, and sometimes they do take a season just to acclimatise here as well. So look, I'm happy to watch him on Tuesday, but we'll see what happens after that, see if there is improvement there with him.
Word of caution moving forward with him. Here's one of your favourites, Fine My Love. He's been good to you in the past. You spotted him early in Hong Kong. Do you go with him? And he's got a new home on Tuesday too.
Yeah, new stable with Douglas White. He's a well-rated horse at the moment. His 2 wins are of 71, 76, and he's down to that 71 rating at the moment. Like the way he finished off this trial. Now, it was been a really good blowout for him because he was really asked to stretch out. He was showing the whip without being hit. It was just a matter of keeping him up to the job, and he hit the line strongly. So, yeah, well, as a well-rated horse in a low draw, I'm going to go with him.
There you go, on top selection.
Yeah, on top selection for me. Find My Love will, with the new stable, see if it's revitalised him. Mighty Steed winning gold in the air. We've talked about all 3 of those horses, the 11, 9 and 8. So 2, 11, 9 and 8 here in the lucky last.
And that is a Sha Tin on Tuesday, 10 races, 1 o'clock start time, all on the turf. And it is a C+3 rail position for National Day Cup.